What's going on, guys? We're live.
Are you sure about it?
Maybe.
Possibly?
I think we are. I think
Could
we
be.
are. As far as this going live thing, I think we're pretty good at this.
It's just everything else that's a wreck because you guys are looking at the entire crew. This is it.
Yeah.
So if this is as good as it gets, yeah, if I were you guys, I would probably tune in somewhere else.
Or don't. Whoa, don't leave just
Wait,
yet.
yeah. Second thoughts. Hang tight, guys. Seriously, thanks for coming to hang out with us. We appreciate it. Tonight's episode is titled, Are We at War? But we're going to start first, I think, with some speculation, because speculation's always good.
I mean, I think we said we would never do speculation, but I think at this point, it's not only needed, it's fun.
The fun in this show is that it's pretty much based on
You
speculation.
want to get your wheels turning because you never know what's really going on.
Wait, I have wheels?
Yeah, those cogs, man. I mean, they're
Dude.
wheels now. They were cogs with teeth. Now they're wheels.
They're just ground out and smooth.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
so that's fair. But in all seriousness, we're going to start out with the order of the day, which is speculation. Let's start by doing this. We're going to list some things that the coronavirus most assuredly is not. So, two things that it most assuredly is not. It is not the end of the world.
Well, it's not in my lungs. My test was negative, by the way.
I'm just now finding this out. He had the Rona. Did you have the Rona?
The test said I did not have the Rona, or at least this strain of it.
You know what? That's another conversation for another time.
Yeah,
Back to the order of the day, which is, it is not the end of the world. And as a matter of fact, another thing that it isn't is it is not the end of time, or for that matter, even humanity. And if you guys would like a little more speculation, perhaps, or maybe the answer to what actually could it possibly really be, after these messages, you can find out. Stick with us. Hey guys, before we begin, we want to talk to you for just a minute. So far, what we've done here is we have developed a fiercely loyal following to our grassroots movement.
We appreciate your support and giving us a chance at your entertainment-cation.
That's right. Without you guys, there is no us. But we've reached a crescendo in what we can do by ourselves, or at least for the time being, just being Tim and myself.
All right, you guys brought us to the dance. Now like, comment, and share. Let us show you our moves.
As your continued support not only helps us further the algorithm, but your future support on Patreon will help us further what we do. Think of it as kind of a ticket to the big dance.
Yeah, ticket to prom.
A ticket to prom.
And it buys Phillip his corsage.
Corsage, seriously. All joking aside. Oh, God in heaven. All joking aside, Patreon helps us pay the bills. It keeps the lights on, and it further increases the quality of the show that Tim and I can give you guys.
Thanks, guys, for everything.
Yes, for all you do, all you have done, and all you guys will continue to do.
We love and appreciate you one-stop shoppers. Much love,
Much love, guys. We appreciate you.
Black hole sun, won't you come and wash away the rain? Black hole sun, won't you come, won't you come?
Well, so, now that we've that out of the way,
And there's our technical difficulty that we always have. I went straight into the hot seat. So you guys just don't mind the background clip we have going on right now. Just go
never
ahead and
mind,
listen to
leave
Phillip.
it up. We'll get to it.
Yeah, we'll get to it. Here's just a second.
First, this part isn't speculation. This is actually the part of the coronavirus / COVID-19 that is a real deal. And so far, I did some. You believe I did more homework?
You've done more homework in just the 4 or 5 podcasts we've done now than you did the entirety of school.
That's not true. I've done the homework just usually after you done it first. Mine was mostly copy, especially for the math classes.
Yeah.
Never mind that. That's also another podcast, different episode, different story. But things that are real. So far, to date, we have here in the United States 200 and over 202,000 recoveries from COVID-19. Did you know that?
How many?
Over 202,000
Recoveries.
That
is at least 3 times more the recoveries than I knew of last week.
Now check this out. If we go outside of the U.S. and we go to worldwide, that number climbs quite a bit to over 300,000 recoveries. Somehow you don't hear about this on the evening news.
To be fair, though, we didn't hear about half of any of it on the evening news. Unless it had anything to do with, this is Trump's fault. And he was like, it was made in China.
One more time.
China. It's not racist. China.
You had the... we're going to work on that. In other news, we hope that this podcast and live episode finds all you guys well. And I want to say from the bottom of my heart, and I think I can speak for Tim, we appreciate you guys so much. You guys have been ride or die since episode 1. We were actually looking at the numbers yesterday, I think it was.
It was.
And I'm blown away. Guys, I'm absolutely blown away. Would you have ever thought somebody would have paid to have heard 2 dumb hillbillies? But I was afraid to speak in high school.
No, that's not necessarily true, because that's something that we did quite often. It was mostly out of turn and out of context for anything the teachers ever were saying, but there was speaking going on. However, I was really surprised that our first podcast, triple digits for engagements and views.
Dude, it's unheard of. It's insane.
Like
it's
that,
sick.
That was insane for me. And then I was like, that was a fluke. Everybody just tuned in to see how retarded we were.
And then you guys keep coming back, or maybe it's just, I wonder, do they sit and tell their friends, like, you're not going to believe these 2 idiots actually have a show?
Don't do that, because you don't even know what I will do.
I heard some rumor. Now, I don't know how much truth is to this. This isn't even speculation. This is 100% God's honest truth. I heard this. See what I did there? I heard that Tim's considering a career in male stripping. $5 to take off clothes, $5,500 to put them back on. I feel like you'd rack up money. Probably not more so than I would.
I'm okay with the putting it back on money. That's good money.
Well, I'm not comfortable with my nudity, and I don't expect anybody.
But $5 is $5.
Well, see, I thought the same thing. If you see me on the pole working my jelly,
it's almost Christmas time. You mind your business.
Man your business. That's all. Mind your business.
It's almost Christmas time. It's not even mid-April yet.
When you have kids, that time gets closer every year. At different times, depending on financial. Anyway, on to the point.
Speaking of financial situations, I feel like these ride or dies, I like that they're with us. I'm kind of hoping that they merge lanes with us, and we're on the fast track here, and they call this the Patreon lane.
Dude, you guys have no idea everything that we provide for you guys. I know you're kidding, but everything we provide for you guys, when I say, or Tim says, or we say grassroots, we mean 100%. We are the production crew. We are the quote-unquote internet/TV crew. We're the podcast crew, hosts. We're doing it all. So if you guys want to tune in and jump in that fast lane with us, we would appreciate that more than you know. But enough small talk. We do have an order of the day. And I promised them that I would tell them
all right, let's get to the good stuff.
Well, I don't know that it's good, but I was shockingly alarmed at one thing. And one thing that the coronavirus most assuredly is, it's an eye-opener. It's a wake-up call, and it has been for the entire universe. Or at least seemingly. What do you...
I would say a wake-up call in the sense of you are... Oh my God, well, why do I not have any of this information? I feel like information's been hidden from me. The government would never lie to me. Bing.
To be fair, they wouldn't.
Or a wake-up call as in, this is the end of the world, wait a minute. I understand there's a lot of people that have it, but there's a lot of people recovering from it too.
Dude, I feel like it's been a wake up call across the board. This generation is so far behind with voting. They're so far behind with. I talked to a kid at my job the other day that tells me politics are a drag.
So, Seabury says the words are going in and out. So, is it that the audio is going in and out, Seabury? Can you hear us the whole time now?
Testing 1 2.
Testing 1 2.
China again.
We'll try it like this. Seabury, the Wuhan virus was from China, right? You heard that, right? Go ahead and let me know in the comments if you heard that. China.
I can't even enunciate that.
There is some noise going on in the background, fans and kids and stuff. So I did try to cancel that out with a little some noise gates. So I may have put the decibels a bit too high, and it may be cutting out if we're not talking loud enough.
Surely you don't jest that my godless heathen children. By the way, if you hear kids in the background, those most assuredly are mine. They are up way past their bedtime, and they've kind of been riding with me today too. But nonetheless,
Rebecca, I want to let you know that this is the deal of all deals, all right?
Is it the art of the deal?
It is the art of the deal.
So, when you say art of the deal, you don't think there's a possibility the art of the deal signals maybe the death of the Republic?
Death of the Republic?
Death of the Republic. That's what the Democrats are saying.
Ah, well,
Yeah.
all right. Let's get to the good stuff here.
Yeah,
then.
so I said this thing was an eye-opener, and it's a wake-up call for the entire world. But the good news, what's came out of this, is that people have pulled together more so than I ever thought I would see again in my life.
I agree.
Short of another 9/11 tragedy. So there are people who haven't really anything in common who are pulling together. Hey, have you seen the post all over Facebook? I'm sure you guys have. If you guys need, oh God help me, toilet paper, or should you need groceries? I don't know why these two things are in the same. But anyway, you see the posts, and so I wonder if this might be a return of the golden rule, maybe a southern viewpoint, a southern way of life. Kind of the way we were raised.
Kind of like watching out for fellow man.
Absolutely.
A little
Everybody's
good
your
morals.
neighbor. Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
I got you. I see it.
Now, for my liberal friends, do you feel like... You know what, I'm just gonna... for my liberal friends, that means we're not going to take money from somebody else and tell these people over here that we didn't take the money from. It's free. It means we're actually doing things to help one another out. And I, for one, could not be happier that the world has kind of pulled together and become a small community around a global tragedy or...
Pandemic?
Yeah, that's it. So but it's good that they're pulling together. However...
Hello, Bonnie.
So I totally can't see the screen on this one, so if you guys are trying to talk at or directly to me, I have no idea. But anyway, hello nonetheless. But, so, we're talking about, or we talked about, rather, things that coronavirus was not.
Okay.
The thing that it is, or things that it is, it's an eye-opener for
Cover
the entire
up.
world.
Oh.
No, we're going to get to that too, though.
Oh, yeah, okay.
But it's made everybody pull together, and kind of the world seeing stuff from a hillbilly point of view. We're taking care of our own now.
Well, now that there's kind of a standard that all the stores are having to go by, it's nice to see, because no matter where you go, there's all the stores are kind of came together, and what is the standard on how they're handling customers, the business in the stores, and finally with a little structure.
Structure, you say?
Structure.
I find that interesting.
Structure. At least everybody's kind of seeming on the same page.
So these are the things that are actually nice out of it. If you can have a global pandemic with a silver lining in the cloud, the fact that people are pulling together, I'm going to take some heat for this, I'm almost sure. And if I do, don't take this out on Tim. Tim's not twisting my arm in any way to say this, but I, for one, will not have my civil liberties and rights removed from my person or my effect. I would rather live on my feet in a dangerous world that the air I breathe will kill me than live in relative safety with zero rights on my knees like a coward.
See, that's the joy of a podcast, because not everyone has to get along. And I wouldn't even necessarily say the podcast. It's more of civil discord.
You don't jest.
Really?
Yeah.
Because see, I'm on the opposite end. I say, well, if there's something going on, pandemic, hey, shut it down, make everybody do this. And the reason it gets to that is just because
But Tim,
I'm not twisting Phillip's arm here and making him agree with what I'm
Yes,
about
he
to
is.
say. It's not even Phillip's fault. I'm gonna say this, but it's you retards that throw this out of proportion and go out and buy 50 cases of toilet paper. I bought 24 rolls of toilet
man,
paper when
y'all
this first
done-
started, and
y'all
I
done-
still have 15.
y'all done got him started. I don't know what to tell you people. All of you hoarding the toilet paper. You know what? I have another segment I'm going to do on the toilet paper later. We'll get to that. Point being, that brings us to tonight's hot seat. People who are not coming together for their fellow man. Boy, have I ever found you guys the epitome of what you should never do in the middle of a global pandemic. And he is the subject of tonight's hot seat. And so, in doing so, should I just put him on blast? Would you let him have it? Do you think I should take it easy on him, Tim? It's half your show. I want to offer you.
I mean, I literally just told everybody that was going out, and go ahead, let him have it. Do it.
Nevada's governor, Mr. Steve Sisolak.
Now, could we say that he is in the hot seat?
Oh no, he not only is in the hot seat, that fat boy is roasting.
Okay,
right
now we're at the hot seat.
Oh
Yeah.
yes, we have reached that point in the show, boys
What's
and
up,
girls.
Scott? How's it going, buddy?
So, in the hot seat is Steve Sisolak. I could be mean to the last name, but there are good people in the world.
Sissy-lack?
I was going there. I didn't. You clearly did. So get this. This guy is Nevada's governor, and he bans hydroxychloroquine, which they have found to be quite effective in completely stopping COVID-19, in some cases almost overnight.
Now, keep in mind, we are going over this. I've talked to the doctor that was testing me and giving me treatment and stuff, and I did not get this medicine. So we have actually talked to medical personnel in person.
Yeah.
So this isn't just something we've been looking at on the internet and picked it up. Like, I've been talking to my doctor too. So
the fella that we saw last night, this much in the least is something we heard. Quinine. And for those of you who were raised down here, you've probably heard the phrase bitter as quinine, because man, that stuff is bad. It's just bad. I don't
it's
have
bad.
any
like,
words.
quinine is bad.
Used to, when we were kids, though, if you were sick, like my granny would stuff you full of quinine and then turn around and use phrases like, that stuff's better than quinine. Well, of course it is. It's garbage. Why would you?
Have we ever, now, at that point in time, like, we tell people now, or I do a lot, if somebody's not feeling all that well, I'll be like, well, I left something for you in the fridge. If you walk in there and look a little to the right past the eggs, you'll see a big tall glass of man the up. Now, I say that, but when we were kids, nobody ever had to tell us this, because we walked in there and grabbed the damn glasses ourselves instead of picking up the quinine. I'm just saying.
You would rather die with whatever ailed you than to have to admit to Granny or Mama and them, oh really, come here. Like, no, I'd rather die. So, but the quinine actually they've done some studies and they're saying it helps. So, the quinine is, I'm not a scientist, I don't pretend to be, claim to be, I've never even played one on TV. You?
Not on TV.
No, okay, so, while we don't know for sure, it says that there are more similarities than not for this hydroxychloroquine and quinine. So that the guy we saw yesterday was advising everybody to go out and buy quinine, and if you can't find quinine, by Schweppes Tonic
Schweppes
Water.
tonic water, yeah.
So I have to tell you guys, he said that not only does it help once you have picked up coronavirus, it can prevent the coronavirus from even happening in your body in the first place. So I have to tell you guys that I'm going to pick up a case of this, and as much of a garbage taste as tonic water is, I'm going to go down a bottle a day or so.
Yes, Rebecca. See, quinine will stop you from sucking your thumb. It'll stop you from biting your nails too.
It will
My
stop
mom
you
was
from
mean.
cussing, and another friendly effect that the quinine has is kind of like, or not friendly effect of the quinine, but another drug or thing similar to the quinine. Remember alum, the stuff they used to,
Yes.
you say the cuss words and they would put a tablespoon. Listen, if you've never had quinine or alum, you not live. Go try it. I mean,
Love it. Check it out.
yeah, give her a whirl.
Now, to be fair though, they're talking about this hydroxychloroquine, and whenever I talked to the doctor about it, she was telling me, which kind of raised a little interest. I was talking to Phillip about. She was saying that she didn't really understand. Am I getting ahead of myself here? Should we continue with the
No,
hot seat before we
please,
do this?
please.
She
Go.
didn't really understand how these two drugs that they were using, even someone in the medical field thought about using them in conjunction and in the doses that they were.
Well,
she didn't understand how anyone would even fathom doing that to begin with.
Okay, so to be fair, one is an AIDS treatment. The other is a treatment for malaria. I want to know who, where, what, when, why saw COVID-19 on a paper like the actual chemical structural breakdown and went, aha! Like, who, why? What were you drinking? Or smoking?
Quinine.
Ugh. Well, on that note,
Yeah, Rebecca, I think somebody would probably accuse it of being child abuse if we put quinine
oh,
on there.
On God, my mama, and Jesus, I guarantee you they would. You know what? Come to think of it, you happen to have a spices or a drug cabinet that might have some alum or
No,
quinine in it? Because
don't.
if so, I have a remedy for these yapping kids. I'm just saying. Anyway, point being, Steve Sisolak. You think I should do him the honors? Oh, wait, I didn't even get to the best part.
Okay.
I didn't get to the best part. So,
The best part.
Steve Sisolak bans this drug.
Quinine?
No, the
Hydrochloroquine.
hydroxychloroquine, yes.
Yeah, hydroxychloroquine.
In an effort to stop people from stockpiling the drug. Then gets busted stockpiling the drug. So in essence, he has effectively refused the people, the citizens of Nevada, of a treatment for COVID-19, whom they are, or in which rather, they are entitled to said treatment.
Well, I don't want to put I don't want to put him out there and make it look like he's doing something he may not be, because heaven forbid someone from the government would lie or be greedy. But you remember we talked about the brothers that bought all the hand sanitizer?
Yeah.
And then were trying to resell it?
Yep.
Do you think maybe we caught him before the extra step was taken, that quinine was taken, and then...
So let's take a brief skip back into speculation world here.
Okay.
So
All
in
right.
speculation world, he was caught hoarding the drug.
Uh-huh.
Regular everyday citizens, if you and I lived in Nevada, we couldn't have access to the drug. But if we were in prison, yeah, let that sink in. So if you are a prisoner who has broken the laws, pretty much took a pee on our entire Constitution and law and order, you can get access to it. But not the regular everyday Joe who works for a living and chooses, I don't know, to not break the law. That guy can't get it, but the prisoner can. So I would say with that, Mr. Steve Sisolak, you are in fact the recipient of Douchebag of the Week, and we here at the One Stop want to recognize you for all of your tomfoolery and douchebaggery. Douchebaggery a word? I'll get by with it.
Yeah, douchebaggery is now a word. If
You
it's
heard
not,
it here
it is
first.
now.
You heard it here first. Douchebaggery.
Douchebaggery.
Yeah.
From a
So-
giant douche canoe.
So, with that, we will, you know what we should do? We should print him up an actual award and send it to him. He's the governor of Nevada, for Christ's sake. I'm sure we can find an address.
I mean, I'm sure the governor should at least be able to get some kind of
We can
whatever
send it-
award he get.
We
he
can
earns.
send it to the Capitol building. I'm sure they'll get it to him. You know, same as Pelosi's impeachment. Too soon for that. Oh, you guys don't care. She's going to lose the flipping gavel anyway. Shut up, Tim. You don't care.
Oh.
I don't know why I keep stacking it. It's a single script sheet, but I'm stacking it as if it's papers. Why would I?
That means the notes are important. They are importante. They are otherwise
Importante?
fragile.
Fragile. China.
It's fragile, which is
China?
right next door to China. China. Don't get me wrong.
In other
I'm
news,
a Trump supporter, and I support that he agreed that it came from China.
Did you see where he made the reporter say Kung flu like 17 times?
I did not.
Oh
but
my
it was
God.
fun.
It was a 10. On a 1 to 5 scale, it was a 10. It was so hilarious.
You know what, Scott? I do want to get you started on it. And if I get everything together, you want to talk about it. And I think the next show we have,
Bruh.
we should let you join us, and we'll talk about how broken the prison system is, because I have my own viewpoints on
Well,
that.
no, we can't do that.
Why not?
Because if we do that, we have to discuss how broken the political system is. We would have to expose, dare I say, the corruption of both parties.
Oh my
Even
God.
my beloved
Are
Republican
you,
Party, yes.
Are you saying that if we had enough information that we could make one entire show out of each subject and continue to have additional content to talk about and make videos and podcasts?
We would bring back civil
discourse. Yeah.
mind blow. So with that, I can't believe I'm going to say this. This is not in any of the notes anywhere, but since Scott brings up the point, Scott, brother, it's as simple as this. I for one, would love to have him on the show, and we can discuss every friggin' thing broken.
Now,
in this
you guys
system.
might see all this fancy stuff here, but what you don't realize is our set is about this big.
Not that big.
So it's
Giving a lot
going.
of credit.
So it is. I mean, we're when we say we'll squeeze you in.
I mean, bruh, yeah, he ain't lying.
All
You're
right.
not wrong, is the
Yeah,
thing.
yeah,
But
yeah.
that reminds me though, the things that are broken. Coronavirus / COVID-19. Okay,
Are we getting into the next section already?
let's go to the poll. Did you? I didn't. Oh my God, I didn't say anything about it. Did you?
I did not say it, but the poll is posted, so they should have seen it as soon as they came into
You
the
guys
stream.
go right now and vote. I'm curious to see what they think.
We're not talking about for Trump right now. You can do that later. We're
But
talking
in November,
We're talking about our poll.
vote for Trump. You don't love your America, Mama and Jesus. You know what I mean? So yeah, if you don't love America, your Mama and Jesus, I don't know what you're doing with your day. I wonder, does he actually drain the swamp like he said?
I don't know.
I think if he gets another 4 years, we're going to see federal arrest. I think it. I feel it in my bones.
We've already seen a federal termination. Did you see where he fired?
What did I miss?
We'll get into that later.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll get
All
into
right.
that later.
All right, that's fine.
We'll talk. I'll give Phillip a chance to do some homework, and I'll show him some things. And then, oh my God, Rebecca, did you just say we are going to war? Did she just do it? Are we at that time right now?
So,
You know what?
The topic of
If-
tonight's show.
Well, if we're going to that time, I need to go ahead and throw this blanket apology out here for everyone
Oh,
before
man.
we get this
I'm
started.
glad you said that before I offend someone.
You know, here
Yeah.
we go. All right. Make sure to stick around. If you guys enjoy this blanketed apology, let me know, because this is fun, and Rebecca will be right back to you.
Dig it.
Warning, this blanket apology is set forth to CMA. For anything that I may say or do to offend the posh derriere of any alleged sensitive jabronis, modern sensitive males and or females, leftists, liberals, aka Democrats, Hillary/Bernie supporters, and anyone else forgotten or left out that may get offended, just on the off chance that they actually pulled their heads out of their duty chutes, let the butthurt begin.
when one company controls all the local news stations.
The sharing of biased and false
News has become all too common on social media. The more alarming some media are true without checking facts first. Unfortunately, some members of the media use their platforms to push their own personal bias and agenda to control exactly what people think, and this is extremely dangerous to our democracy.
No, that was extremely dangerous to our democracy.
So I feel like that kid's haircut is.
The kid's haircut was pretty scary.
I mean, so I'm not wrong. No.
No.
Oh.
But we're
Are
back.
we live?
We're back. We're back. Here we go.
Oi, was lang hat Winter.
Ah,
So sorry if you guys heard that. I just find that his haircut is a tragedy of the modern Greek assortment. Too soon for that. Okay, so we cleverly titled the show "Are We at War?"
Rebecca, are
Now,
we at war?
It's funny she hits on that. Listen, one-stop shoppers, have you guys been following the news at all? Drop in the comments. Let us know if you have. Let me tell you what I found. In the news, though, it certainly wasn't front page. It most assuredly was not on the 6 o'clock local news and your world news at 7 p.m. I swear to God, my mama, and Jesus, you will not find it there, or at least not in a main titled story. But
to be fair, though, isn't all the best, most accurate news the ones you really have to...
it is because it's not being driven by an agenda.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
One-stop shoppers. For those of you who weren't aware, just recently we had what was known as the Venezuelan incident. And when I say incident, Christ God Almighty, was it a snafu? I can say snafu, can't I?
Say snafu.
Okay, snafu. But scenario, to say the least. Anyway, so the Venezuelan... God in heaven, we're gonna get arrested, thrown off the air. This is how it ends, guys, right here. So
maybe this is how we get the ratings.
So we should go out with the bang.
Yeah.
Well, it's funny because that Venezuelan Navy ship did.
Oh, it wasn't soon enough.
Venezuelan Navy carrier vessel of some sort. There was a couple of things. They first said carrier vessel, then they called it a destroyer. Does the Venezuelan Navy have a destroyer?
Are you sure they didn't call it a destroyer first, then they find out what happened and be like, you know what, it was just a vessel?
Well, I was watching.
It was just a vessel.
I was watching not conflicting. They all
They're never
said
conflicting. They said the same thing in different words.
Different words to describe it. A Venezuelan naval ship. There. I don't know.
When you hear what happens, you'll understand if they called it a destroyer first, while they quickly backstepped and called it a naval ship, and that was it.
You guys ever heard of a knee-jerk reaction?
A tugboat.
No, tugboats are sturdier. Yeah.
Oh, man.
Got him?
Got him.
Okay, so a Venezuelan Navy ship of some sort or variety, you know what they did? They attacked a German cruise ship liner. Yeah. A German cruise ship liner, meaning this is not a vessel of war. This is not a military funded or equipped or manned ship. It's a German cruise liner. A German cruise liner named the Resolute. And here's basically what happened. They decided, you know what? Shoot them with a missile. And the captain was like, too passe.
Nah, fam.
And then the XO was like, You're right, Cap. I'm so sorry. So sorry. Top, let's nail them, okay? With some called in air fire. He was like, too cliche. Okay,
so no missile.
Passe. No
airstrike.
cliche.
Okay. So what do you do from there?
We go full on Greco-Roman trireme and we ram it. We make like a prom date. They were gonna drive her home. Except for the only thing they drove was their own ship to the bottom of the ocean floor.
So this naval ship rammed, Greco-Roman style, rammed this German
They
cruise
used
ship
pirate tactics, dare I say, draconian tactics.
and
to
sank themselves.
Yes, you guys will be happy to know that the German cruise liner was completely fine. Put a dent in them. But thank God it was unmanned, minus the crew, of course.
Yeah.
But had it been completely to max cap, they would have been fine.
I don't know if it makes
So
me worry
Venez-
about the Navy of, what was it, Venezuela, the Venezuelan Navy, or really appreciate how I would be really safe on a German cruise.
Listen, the Resolute. Book your tickets now. No affiliate. But Germany, you want to pay your boy? Holler at me. I can get you the passengers. So probably at a discount rate. So the Venezuelan ship nails them, and then have to almost immediately send out maydays. We're going down. Meanwhile, the cruise liner didn't even limp to dock. They just went on dock.
We'll dock at our destination because we're fine.
So they went old school pirate. They rammed these guys. Why would they do that? I mean, have you any theories, honest to God, on why?
It surpasses me. I have no clue. Why would they would even fathom doing that? First of all, why would they do it to begin with? Second of all, why ram the cruise ship? It makes no godly sense because
Dude,
you stand possibly of injuring or damaging your own vessel. Worst case scenario, you sink it. Like,
Oh, no worries, they did.
yeah. So, what would cause you to?
Stop. Let's back up.
Rebecca says they paddled away in defeat. Ding.
They didn't
Cruise
paddle.
ship.
No, they didn't paddle. They had their life jackets on. They were good sailors.
Yeah, all right, yeah.
Anyway, I wonder, does their Navy teach them to turn their socks into flotation and provisional devices?
I don't know.
No? All right. I'll tell you what they don't teach them to do. They don't teach them how to fight wars on water.
I have to agree with Scott. The captain on the other ship, whenever he felt his little nudge, was like, cocaine's a hell of a drug.
You know, I mean, not that German people would do those things.
No, never. Like Germany,
Same
Germans
as
would never do
the same
anything.
as U.S. pilots would never have a drink before flight. Moving right along.
How dare you?
You know, so
dare you.
moving right along in other news. No, I kid. Seriously, in the same news. So they rammed this ship, and I wondered why. So I did a little more homework.
Cool, more homework. All right.
Guess who's backing the Venezuelan Navy?
Who?
China.
China.
Nailed it.
China.
Oh wait, no, that was the ship.
China.
Too soon. I'll come back to that one. Okay, so China also being backed by Iran.
Well, I don't understand.
So what you have here is the components for the beginning of World War III.
But everything just kind of seems
So
to
then, wait a minute.
tie together.
Oh
there.
no,
Like,
no, it gets better. Follow me for a minute.
I'm
Follow me for a
in
minute.
the rabbit hole. Let's go.
So, man, this one goes way deeper than I wanted for it to. If China is backing the Venezuelan Navy, Iran, they're
Why
backing.
would they hit a German cruise ship? Why would you want to beat the Germans against you? Why?
So here's the thing, right? Around the same time window this happened, the U.S. Navy deploys to Venezuelan waters to stop international drug trafficking. It was a hostile act of war.
Okay, all right.
So you definitely have in the gumbo pot here all the right ingredients for WW17. We'll completely bypass World War III through 16. We're going for the gusto. So then what happens?
United States back-to-back World War champs, by the way.
I'm just saying, if you're watching us anywhere else in the world, Trump 2020, proud to be American. Not that, you know, we could beat everybody up, but we could beat everybody up. But no, seriously, you've got all this boiling in the pot, all the right ingredients for World War III. No kidding.
Yeah.
What happens from this point if it's war? The U.S. is going to, of course, naturally side with Germany.
I think that would be good for.
I think it would be wonderful.
Because
then Italy
it wouldn't
joins.
be good for them.
Italy is discussing right now. Italy is in the process of discussing an Italian exit, the same as Britain just did Brexit. They're calling it Itala exit or Ital exit. I don't know how they're saying it, but
you got it, Scott.
Now you have all the pieces, proverbially speaking, on the chessboard lining up. So now,
what could China have really done to us though to make us to piss us off? Really, like.
It's not an anger game.
Well, no, but I mean...
So, we told you guys about...
It's not like they've had a cure to a virus that spread rampant to us and said they wouldn't give us any.
Actually?
No.
I do jest.
No.
So, not only does China have the cure...
You have the cure in China?
In China. They offered to share it with Cuba, who are allies of what country? Yeah, Venezuela. So now you've really got all the key players there. Now watch this. Watch this. Thanks to President Trump and President Putin's bromance, Russia backs ta-ta-da-da.
Who are backing? Who they backing?
They're backing us.
They're backing us?
Yes.
The Germans are like, hey, we going with the back-to-back World War champs. That was horrible.
Terrible German. I worry about... No, I don't. I know you'll never be okay.
Yeah, I know.
Point being, though, you've all the key players there. Now you're starting to see alliances clearly. Now, obviously, Russia hasn't said that they're going to side with us, but all this liberal talk about how President Trump's kissing Putin's butt... How about shut up and let's prevent a world war and not do like Venezuela and start one? Moving right along, my second question. Why Venezuela? Are you aware that in Venezuela... they don't have toilet paper. If you can't afford friggin' toilet paper, how are you going to fight a war?
All right, Scott, Phillip doesn't have his phone, and I'm low on battery, but if you want to give it a call, go ahead and call me, and we'll give you at least a couple of minutes to go ahead and share your thoughts about it.
Absolutely, why not?
Go ahead.
Ringy dingy? No ringy dingy?
Yeah, it's a couple seconds delay before he hears it.
Oh.
Yeah. About the time they see me talking about the delay, he'll probably see.
There's no love for us.
Yeah.
At all. No, zero respect. None! You'll no make fun of me, cowboy.
Rebecca says they wipe their asses with mango leaves.
Alright, Rebecca. Duly noted.
Duly noted.
I got respect for the game.
All right, and we have a call in from Mr. Scott Taylor. Scott, you're on speaker.
What?
You are on speaker, young sir.
Oh, you got me on there. Okay. Let me mute you guys.
Fair enough.
Fair enough.
Alright, there we go. Alright, first off, them SAS boys are not the ones anybody wants to play with. Served with them in Iraq.
I'll second
that's all I
that.
have to say about that.
Yeah.
Dude, that you nailed it. Like, you got to it before I had a chance to get to it. So the lines are already drawn.
Yes, sir.
The lines are already drawn. The alliances are already there. Here's the reason why I say it's not going to happen, and I commented in there earlier that it's not going to happen. So, barring obvious population numbers, let's talk actual military numbers.
Okay.
Per our alliances, per their alliances, it makes no sense, and they're crazy, but not crazy enough to take the entire world to war again.
It's like whenever you see somebody jump into a lobby, you jump into a lobby on a game and you see an entire other squad that's all a clan and they're all max rank and you're like, nope, and you back out. I mean, you got in lobby, but you didn't go to war.
So I have a theory about that, and I think that Scott's right. I think that it makes zero military or strategical sense to go to war with America, let alone drag the world into a third world war. But, Trump made the move on the Federal Reserve. You could have upset the entire entire central banking system of the world, and there are those, Scott, who would push the one world agenda or one world government agenda. I think the only place I disagree with you fundamentally is the maybe the Iranians might be crazy enough to try the bombs. I think that could be a realistic possibility for what we see, which brings me to my next point, that what if COVID-19 is coincidental?
Or
What?
you mean it's not a bunch of bumbling idiots that accidentally let a virus loose?
No, I mean, I think that that's also possible. It's okay. That could be a thing. If humans have proved anything through history, it's that we can screw up anything. But what if... Because here's what threw me. President Trump first steps out and says, guys, it's a bug. Don't lose your mind. It's cool. We got this. And then almost instantaneously after, guys, we screwed the pooch. Everybody bunker in and hunker down. You know, so now you've got Americans trenching, but the numbers don't reflect that the bug is that serious. So my question is, China and Iran are backing Venezuela. What if they were just crazy enough to try to spark a war? And what if we're under lockdown to keep Americans from being in mass populations places when the Chinese or the Iranian bombs start?
So here's the next thing. Let's think about it this way. So you say bombs hitting American soil, right?
Possibly.
Let's really think about this. East Coast, right? So America's East Coast. You have half of the largest naval fleet in the world.
Agreed.
On the East Coast. You
Agreed.
got the other half on the West Coast. You got Hawaii as a well-prepared and always ready buffer. There will never be another Pearl Harbor.
No, that is...
Now, here's the next best part. San Diego, you got Camp Pendleton.
Yep.
Right? You got Fort Lewis, Washington. That's not that far from the coastline. You've got Fort Bragg, North Carolina. You've got Fort Stewart. You've got Jacksonville Naval Base and Air Base.
Yep.
Right? Eggleton or whatever the hell it's called. You've got... Just keep going up the line. You got Fort Drum, New York. Look at how strategically placed some of our most well-manned military bases are. Now, without interfering with OPSEC, let's talk about public knowledge. Not only do you have Special Forces, SOCOM in general, strategically split throughout coastal United States, but what else is? Intelligence. Right? So
absolutely,
military intelligence, it's public knowledge. Anybody can look this shit up. Our enemies know this, right?
Sure, yeah.
Yet they do nothing because there's nothing they can do. So I'm not saying that it would be an impossibility because, hey, we live in that age to where I think we could agree to disagree that anything is possible within, you know, all the laws of physics and science and all that good stuff. The biggest thing here to remember is that after World War II, our country was reshaped to never take on a direct blow like that. Now, take 9/11. That was indirect, right?
Sure, okay, I follow.
So 9/11 was indirect. Whereas a direct blow, missiles. We have machine guns. We have Vulcan. If you've never experienced the Vulcan minigun, right?
Right.
That thing can take out almost any missile in existence, and it's hooked up to a phalanx system that's triangulation of, so anything that moves in and hits the motion sensors, it goes through this triangulation thing to where the gun automatically pivots on that point, and as soon as that, whatever that object is declared a threat, it's vaporized.
Right.
Right? Over water, that's not going to hurt anything. Even a nuclear blast, it's so far out over open water that it would just poof, hit the water, done, not going to hurt anyone. We would literally have to be in the middle of a perfect Category 5 hurricane conditions perfect, wind perfect for us to blow up a nuclear bomb over open water and it harm us
Right.
as far out as that thing can reach.
Okay,
right?
so I can see, yeah.
It's what I'm getting at is the direct attack on American soil will never happen. Not from these morons.
I mean, you pegged it.
Yeah.
Let's.
Now
He had to because they couldn't peg a cruise ship.
I mean, you aren't wrong.
The next part is, now, are we still vulnerable to an indirect attack? 100%. And there's a lot that's going on and being put in place on a very high level to prevent these things from happening.
Right. Well, obviously, they nabbed the guys from, Harvard University, the two Chinese nationalist soldiers, and then of course, the American professor.
100%. And again, it's, indirect stuff. Yeah, there's a lot going on in my world that we're taking, we're essentially ramping up and not reinventing the wheel, but we're being more innovative in training. So there's a lot in my world which we can all talk about later because I could go on and on and on about that. But there's a lot in my world that can help prevent stuff like this that they don't know about. So it's, again, are we still open to an indirect attack? Yes. A direct attack, not from these idiots. It would take somebody much, 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 much smarter than them. And here's the best part about it. All those people that are much, 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 much smarter than them, we're allies with them.
Yeah. Yeah, you're not... I can see your point. I think, to his point, or to the extent at least, that some form of domestic or interdomestic terrorism, we could suffer a pretty substantial blow from that, but I can certainly see also where you're coming from in that it would never happen.
Yeah.
I think also, though, that Americans...
All right, Scott, I don't want to cut you off, man. My phone is almost dead, so I'm going to go ahead and exit out the phone call here and let Phillip keep running his business.
Scott, thank you. Thank you.
Yeah,
Thanks for calling in, Scott. Scott is our first person to actually call in on the show, and I actually appreciate that. That was fun.
Yeah, no, that's awesome. So, I can see his point, obviously. You and I...
Well, I mean, he said indirect, and like Rebecca's saying, like, what if they send in the invisible enemy, a bug?
So I wonder about that too, right? So does this thing get... Coronavirus has been around probably 100 years.
Well, I mean,
so
the
this strand of it, does it get
itself,
more...
this strand is
yes.
just... Keep in mind, guys, this is COVID-19, coronavirus disease 19.
Right. So does it then get morphed or mutated in a lab and then shipped to China first with the terrorist regime's own people to see if it works? And then once they then find out it works, hey guys, watch this, we can nail America. So I guess what I'm saying is, could it be that they thought we're weakened enough and on lockdown, now's the time, we either have to strike now or never, even if they feel that they're pretty confident they lose? I think, I mean, this is just opinion, I certainly don't have this on any good authority, but I think that the Iranians and the Chinese might be crazy enough to try.
Well, I mean, it's like
Even if they
that
have
little
to
guy
do
that
it-
runs up and just gives it all he's got, whack, and then it didn't do any good. To be fair, I mean, see, Rebecca's right on the same. It's fun when people are on the same page as us. She
No, I
says
love it.
yes,
I love it.
but it's been mutated, and it has.
Yeah.
And maybe the bumbling idiots released it to see how well it would do, and it didn't do well
They weren't bumbling, they were fumbling.
until it mutated. And when it mutated, because of everyone not really helping the cause, I mean, when it mutated, I mean, yeah, it was effective. It's bad, but not because they were good enough to do it.
So, speaking of what they're not good enough to do, can we all take a moment to appreciate the average American citizen hoards toilet paper? Or at least for the time being, that's the case. Or at least the Walmart shelves would obviously clearly demonstrate that.
Yeah.
Demonstrably
yeah.
so. So then, Venezuela can't afford it. Period. For any other people, not even the royalty or whatever they
Don't
call their
sink your
regime.
destroyers. If you need TP that bad, we got enough butt ribbon. Somebody is hoarding it. They'll loan you some.
Can we take a minute for those of you liberals on our page or our friends list? Let's take a moment to appreciate capitalism. Big friggin' letters, capitalism. Because we still have toilet paper, and I don't remember the last time a United States naval vessel sank itself trying to trireme somebody. I wonder, was the ship's propeller going all the way to the bottom? No, it's just where my mind goes. I don't know.
No, it hit, the airbags came out, everything stopped. My airbags out.
Yeah. On that note, Tim.
Yeah.
Guys, it's possible that World War III could happen, and these, mind you, we said at the start of the show, it's all speculation. Every bit of that, we don't have that obviously on any good authority. The one thing that remains factual is that we are definitely, as a collective society, as a whole, we're taking COVID-19, I feel, still way too seriously, A, and B, we're out of toilet paper. I mean, almost everywhere. It's a thing. And C, if you're the Venezuelan army, navy, country, or the people who run
What do their bumper cars do when they hit something?
I don't know, but don't start friggin' wars. Go back and work on the bumper cars. You get that right? Maybe we could try it out on the water and see if you... Draconian tactic, having self-Christ. Don't you know them boys from SOCOM was down there on the Navy going, goody, gumdrop. I mean, don't give the Marine Corps an easy day, Venezuela. I'm almost convinced my Corps could shut down that entire country by lunch yesterday. If they went now. Yeah, if they went now, by yesterday at lunch, they'd have them shut down.
At least we're giving you a benefit of the doubt, saying it'll take till at least lunch.
Possibly would have had it done by breakfast. Depends on how much the commandant had to drink.
Yeah, whatever.
But I tell you what he does know. He does know what the kill radius of his knife hand is. He does know that. Probably don't mind demonstrating it either. Anyway, so we've discussed it all on this show, and I'm so glad that you guys have hung with us.
I kind of want to go back to the social call again. I mean, I don't know how you feel about it, but we got some people saying they missed the beginning, and I enjoyed making that video of Phillip, and I want to give you guys an opportunity to see it again.
He's an a-hole.
Hey. All right, you guys, check this out.
Hey guys, before we begin, we want to talk to you for just a minute. So far, what we've done here is we have developed a fiercely loyal following to our grassroots movement.
We appreciate your support and giving us a chance at your entertainment-cation.
That's right. Without you guys, there is no us. But we've reached a crescendo in what we can do by ourselves, or at least for the time being, just being Tim and myself.
All right, you guys brought us to the dance. Now like, comment, and share. Let's show you our moves.
As your continued support not only helps us further the algorithm, but your future support on Patreon will help us further what we do. Think of it as kind of a ticket to the big dance.
Yeah, ticket to prom.
A ticket to prom.
And it buys Phillip his corsage.
Corsage? Seriously? All joking aside. God in heaven. All joking aside, Patreon helps us pay the bills. It keeps the lights on, and it further increases the quality of the show that Tim and I can give you guys.
Thanks, guys, for everything.
Yes, for all you do, all you have done, and all you guys will continue to do.
We love and appreciate you, One Stop Shop. I'm not sure if we started. We're having too much fun with that.
I mean, he's having fun. My person was accosted. I mean,
maybe you'll get your corsage.
Maybe some new dancing shoes too.
Yeah.
Patreon account, guys. It is there. Help support, well, your entertainment, your education, your... You missed. I could have said education.
I was reading what you said when you weren't saying anything. You
didn't.
said I look funny without my glasses.
I might have said that.
I think it's because your wife has the phone.
Shut up! Anyway, guys, thank you all so much for tuning in, for zoning out, for playing along here at the One Stop. And all you crazy One Stop shoppers, I'm going to throw in a special surprise. If, and only if.
Okay, if and only if.
Only if we can get to 1,000 reactions.
Wait, 1,000 reactions?
1,000 reactions. Wait, no.
Reaction?
Nope. 1,000 reactions, I'll give them a free mug. 1,000 shares, free t-shirt.
Ooh, that's a lot of shares.
I think our guys can do it. I think they can handle it.
I think we're rocking around a couple hundred views, 400 or 500 engagements.
Guys,
I think if we can get 1,000 views,
then we'll put his clothes back on. That's not what we're doing.
If we can get 1,000 views, we have some t-shirts in the works, some designs that we're putting down right now. I'll guarantee somebody will get something.
Guarantee.
We'll have a drawing for
more
it.
shares means more giveaways, means more everything, which guarantees in turn.
Rebecca,
more
for
fun.
a roll of toilet paper, you're gonna have to sign up for the highest matriarchy of our Patreon for that. Toilet paper is gold.
I mean, you have to buy out the show. Which I'm not even sure what that would be.
I am working on a website. I showed Phillip a little bit of it last night.
Guys, it looks awesome.
I'm going to be showing it, posting it on the page. That way you guys can check it out. I mean, I'm having fun with this.
Oh, man, I'm having a blast. Are you kidding me? But, nonetheless, thank you guys so much for tuning in with us each and every week. You guys are absolutely the epitome of ride or die, and we appreciate you so much. So, to all you one-stop shoppers out there in intranet land, I'm Phillip, or at least I was when I woke up.
I'm still Tim.
Yeah, still. Yeah. All day, unless it rains, and it's a rainy day outside, but he's still Tim, and I'm still Phillip, and we appreciate you guys. Come hang out with us next time, guys. We'll see you.